Alright, we're going to talk about the room makeover scale drawing portfolio. So let's talk about the directions first here. So you're going to make a scale drawing out of a room in your house. You can choose your bedroom, living room, kitchen, whatever room you want to do. And you're going to create a scale drawing and make sure you include, some key things like doors, windows, furniture, and you're going to make this on grid paper. And then you're going to explain your scale drawing and include actual dimensions and a scale that you used. So if you say, your bed is, 3 feet by 6 feet, you need a scale to convert that to your scale drawing. Then you're going to change your layout into what you want your dream room to be. So you're going to have your original room, you're going to have a scale, you're going to have measurements, and then you're going to have a remade room. Alright, so a little check off list here of what you're going to submit. Actual dimensions of your room. You can just write that on your drawing there. A justification of why your design is good and should win. Explanation of the scale and details that were used for the drawings. So that's where I'm going to want your work somewhere. You can just put it on your drawing. You're going to have your rearranged room and your current room. So 2 drawings and then some work, and I'll show you how to do this. So let's get started. Alright, so I'm going to pick my my kitchen. How about? So my kitchen is basically, if you look at it, I'm going to draw a little sketch over here. Just basically a walk-through kitchen. So I got my fridge here. And I have a counter, I have a sink, and more counter. Then over here I got my pantry, a counter, stove. Oh, wait, that's all counter. Alright. So that, you kind of get the idea there. And I need some dimensions on here. So my fridge, everything here is about 3 feet. And then you can measure for the other ones. Oh wait, no. I put that in the wrong place. That's not 3 feet. My fridge is... So my 3 feet goes here, because my fridge is 3 feet wide. And it's like 2.5 feet long. There. And then my counter, so my fridge actually sticks out a little bit. I should have had it there. My counter, my sink, and my other counter are all 2 feet. And then this counter is 3 feet. The sink is 3 feet. And this counter is only 2 feet. And then on the other side, again, these are all 2 feet except for my pantry, which sticks out a little bit. And again, that's 2.5 feet by 2 feet. And then this counter is 2 feet. And then my stove is 3 feet. And this counter is a little bit longer at 4 feet. So I got my measurements, and I need to come up with a scale now. So I'm going to say, since I got half foot there, I'm going to say 6 inches or half a foot. I could do either one. 6 inches, half foot. I'll go ahead and do it as half a foot. It makes more sense since I did everything in feet. So half of a foot equals 2 boxes. So if half a foot equals 2 boxes, then I convert this. So I can do this 1/2 over 2 equals, I use 3 a lot, so let's do 3 first. So we're trying to find out how many boxes. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 divided by a half. Maybe I need to adjust my scale here. because that's going to make it too big. Yeah, that's not going to fit. So let's adjust my scale. Let's say half a foot equals 1 box. So change this to 1. So 3 times 1 is 3 divided by a half. It's going to give me 6 boxes. Alright, so every time I see 3, it's going to be 6 boxes. So my counter there is 3 feet. So I'll start drawing right here. Change my color. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then another, I know it's going to go this way. I don't have that measurement yet, but the next one's 3 feet as well. So I'm going to go another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then my fridge is 2 feet, so I need to convert that. So 1/2 over 1 equals 2 over x. So 2 times 1 is 2, divided by half would be 4. So x equals 4 boxes. So I'm only going 4 boxes here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my fridge is another 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then these are 2, and I already did 2, so that's 4 boxes. So there's my counter, my sink, my counter, and my fridge is 2.5, so I need to convert that. So 1/2 over 1 equals 2.5 over x. Oh, 2.5, sorry. 2.5 times 1 is 2.5 divided by a half is going to be 5 boxes. So my fridge needs to go out 1 extra box here. So I got my fridge, I have my counter, my sink, and more counter. Alright, and I can start on the other side of my kitchen. I really should have put the space there. Space between those is, I think, is about 4 feet. It's about 4 feet. So 4 feet. Based on that scale, 4 times 2 is 8 divided by, 4 times 1 is 4 divided by half is 8. So there would be 8 boxes in between. So let's make sure I got enough room here. Oh, didn't pick up everything. There we go. I'll adjust that. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to start right here. Still not on my pen. Alright, now we're on my pen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're starting right here. Right there. Alright, and so my pantry is 2.5, which I've already did, which is 4 by 5. So we're going to go 4 up, 1, 2, 3, 4, by 5 back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there's my pantry. And then I got my counter that's 2 by 2.5, so another 4 by, actually it's 2 by 2, so it's 4 by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 by 4. My stove is 3 by 2, so it's going to be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got my stove. And then 4 by 2, it's going to be 8 by 4. So I can go up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's basically my kitchen. So I got my stove here, counter, and pantry. So I had my scale. I showed converting it. I had my measurements in my original room, and my scale drawing of my kitchen. So now I'm going to redesign this to my dream kitchen. Alright, so what I did here on my new piece of graph paper is I drew a box around my kitchen, because my original kitchen was basically 22 boxes by 18 boxes. So I made that same rectangle to design my new kitchen. So instead of a pass-through kitchen, I'd rather a U-shaped kitchen. I'm going to keep some of my designs the same, so I would like to move my stove to be right here in the middle. I'm going to keep the same size stove, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 6. So I got my stove. Now on each side I want some counter space. So counter and counter. And then going down here, I'm going to extend this counter actually just a little bit here. I'm going to erase this line. And I'll put my sink kind of basically where it was. And I'll keep my fridge where it was. And then have a little counter right there. And then over here, since I moved my stove, I got some extra room over here, so I'm going to go ahead and extend my counter here. I made my counters a little bit bigger in this house, or in this kitchen. So counter, and then I'm going to go ahead and have my pantry. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So pantry. And then that kind of leaves me some extra space. I don't really want anything there. So now I need to go here and, based on what I drew, come up with the actual measurements. So remember our scale, we had 1/2 of a foot equals 1 box. So now we're going backwards. So my fridge, or let's start with this counter up here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes. 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need to convert that to feet. So if I have my scale here, 1/2 over 1 equals what over 8? So half of 8 would be 4, and 1. Divide by 1 would be 1. So this would be 4 feet by half of 5 would be 2.5. So you'll go through there and convert all those back to measurements within whatever you measured. So if you used inches, convert it back to inches. If you used feet, use feet. If you used centimeters or meters, whatever you used to measure your original room, convert it back to that measurement from your boxes. And then just make or write up your summary of why you think your design should be picked. And that's pretty much it.